As we near the end of the pandemic restrictions, where we can do away with masks and hug each other once again, it's time for us to begin thinking about fundraising in the post-pandemic world. It's unlikely that our businesses will ever return to the way they were pre-COVID, but the new normal does offer a variety of challenges and opportunities for fund development. With this in mind, my colleague, Corrie Fortner, and I would like to share with you our thoughts on what we call the 3 R's of post-pandemic fundraising: reignite, revisit, and revise.
So first, how do we reignite? Stewardship was our lead into 2020 and is still at the top of the list. We encourage you to reach out now, connect with people before they leave on long-awaited vacations and trips to visit new grandchildren. New donors arrived ready to help in the pandemic. Letting them know how their support made a real difference may help you retain some of those people that have not yet decided if you're their long-term charity of choice. Invite donors into your inner circle through personal engagement strategies such as in-person tours, or do a FaceTime live walkthrough of your program and introduce them to key team members. Share your scorecard on what worked and what did not during the pandemic. Reigniting relationships relies on building trust and staying in contact. Ensure you're talking with your long-term donors. Engage them by asking for their advice. If you cannot meet with them in person, ask to schedule time via Zoom or some other platform to talk about key points you'd like to hear their opinion on. Your culture of philanthropy continues to be a key to your long-time success. Activate your culture at the board and staff level. You might start with a quick survey to take the temperature and use that to create an action plan that enables everyone to know and take part in philanthropy naturally in their role. We want to acknowledge that this is a year that was hard on many people personally as well. You may need to take some time to reset. Reignite your relationship with yourself and your own people. Revisit your priorities and ensure you have yourself on that list. Revise your calendar to be available for you.
The second R is revisit. Revisit your strategic and operating plans, as well as your cases for support to ensure that they incorporate lessons learned over the last 18 months. For example, we've seen a major spike in online giving during the pandemic. Revise your annual campaigns, as well as your cultivation and stewardship activities as necessary to capitalize on this trend. Revise staff performance goals and staff job responsibilities to ensure that they are aligned with any change in direction your organization may be taking because of the pandemic. If you've seen an increase in new donors, ensure that you have a solid stewardship and retention strategy for them. However, be prepared that many of the new donors acquired during the pandemic, especially new donors to COVID funds in healthcare settings, will feel that they've already done their part and will not necessarily renew their support. Finally, create a report to your donors and your community to show that you have come through the pandemic and you have charted a thoughtful direction forward.
Revising your prospect research is a key component of moving forward. Since we already have reignited our relationships and revisited our plans, now we need to focus on ensuring we are sharing the updated plan with major gift donors, and that will find alignment with this work. There are many impacts from the pandemic, so an update of your donors' linkage, ability, and interests will help you to determine who requires your greatest focus now. Some of the financial impacts that the pandemic may have created are new wealth or cause for people to pause on further investments. That is the reality we must examine when we create our moves framework for reaching out. Interest rates have impacted foundations as well as individuals. There have been sales and transfers of businesses. All of those changes will be revealed by strong prospect research. This is a prudent time to check the alignment of your prospect list with your revisited plan and case to ensure that you and your team are speaking with the people that care about your organizational direction.
There have been many changes and adjustments that philanthropic professionals have had to make during COVID, some temporary and some permanent. However, there's every reason to have confidence that organizations will continue to be successful in the post-pandemic world if they learn from this experience and adjust their strategies accordingly. If you think you might benefit from a conversation about the challenges and opportunities that your organization faces in the post-COVID world, we at Global Philanthropic Canada would be happy to assist in reviewing your situation and making recommendations on how best to move forward. Thank you and good luck.